It's 2025 and many B2B SEO strategies that worked 2 years ago are no longer effective. If you're still doing B2B SEO the way everyone taught you, you are basically handling qualified leads to your competitors on a silver plate. Google's AI has fundamentally changed what works, and the companies that figured this out early are literally stealing the market share. By the end of this video, you are going to understand exactly why traditional B2B SEO is failing and what to do instead. So without further ado, let's get started. First thing you need to understand is that if you are still targeting keywords based on search volume alone, you are optimizing for the wrong thing entirely. Here's what I mean. A couple of months ago, our prospect, who became our client afterwards, was getting 3,000 visitors from ranking for RV manufacturing related keyword. Sounds great, right? Wrong. Their conversion rate was 0.3% because people searching for that term was just browsing and not looking for manufacturers to partner with. So we shifted their entire strategy to targeting keywords with buying intent. The newly researched keywords were only getting 400 or so search volume per month, but there is a reason it changes everything. People using those exact phrases aren't researching. They were actively evaluating solutions and comparing options. They are basically raising their hand saying, I'm ready to make a decision. So they saw a bit of decline in their traffic. It happens in SEO, but their qualified leads increased by 127% because we were attracting people who were actually ready to lock deals. There is a strategy we use to find out long tail and niche keywords for our clients that can help you stay way ahead of your competitors that I will be sharing by the end of this video.
So stick around!
But knowing which keywords to target is only half of the battle. The real magic happens when you truly understand how prospects actually move through their decision process. And this is where most B2B companies mess up. They create content for people who are ready to buy, but they completely ignore the 80% of prospects who aren't there yet. We use prospect journey mapping to create a different content for every stage of the customer decision-making process. And here's how it works. At awareness stage, prospects are researching problems. In our RV manufacturing example I shared above, one keyword could be why custom RV production delays happen. And then at the consideration stage, they are evaluating solution types. For example, in-house RV manufacturing versus contract manufacturing. While at the decision stage, they are comparing specific vendors. Let's say manufacturer A versus manufacturer B pricing. I know, you must be thinking, this is something that AI mod or Google or ChatGPT can answer, but hold on while I explain my point of view later in this video.
Patience, my friend.
Most B2B companies only create consideration state content, then wonder why their organic traffic doesn't convert. People who consume your awareness state content are 73% more likely to choose you when they reach the decision stage, even if your solution costs more because they trust you more now. One client implemented this systematically. They created 15 awareness stage pieces and 12 consideration stage resources around their brand and product and 8 decision stage pages. Their sales cycle shortened by 34% because, as per our analysis, prospects arrived already educated and pre-sold on their approach. Though not all of them read each of those pieces, but I hope you got my point. Now, let's discuss one of the biggest SEO advantages that you can leverage against the biggest players in your niche, and that is speed. You see, good content published today beats perfect content published next quarter. This works because large enterprise companies have approval processes, legal reviews, and committee decisions that slow down everything. While they are stuck in meetings debating content strategy, you can capture entire keyword clusters. Here's how you can do that. First, identify your slowest moving competitors, usually the biggest player in your space. Second, monitor their content gaps using Ahrefs. Third, publish 15 to 20 target pages while they are still in the planning phase. I said pages, not just blog posts. The key is focusing on good enough content that covers all essential points, then optimizing iteratively based on performance data. One of our clients dominated custom packaging design services space using exactly this approach. While their competitors were stuck in approval processes, they published 163 targeted pages in a year and captured 27% of page 1 positions for commercial keywords. Now, here's what separates winning B2B companies from everyone else. They don't create content based on keyword research alone, they create content based on actual conversations with prospects. Most SEO content is written by people who never talk to customers, but your sales team hears the same objections, questions, and concerns every single day. That right there is your content goldmine. Look for pain points your prospects express during sales calls or in-person meetings and feature those concerns directly in your content. First, you extract the top 10 objections your sales team hears every month. Second, you map those objections to specific keywords prospects use when searching. Third, you create create content that addresses those exact concerns using the language prospects actually use. For example, instead of generic "what does custom jewelry manufacturing cost?" you create "why custom jewelry manufacturing pricing varies by gemstone sourcing and design complexity," because that's the actual concern you hear during discovery calls. Sales-informed content converts 4 to 6 times higher than generic SEO content because it addresses real prospect psychology, not assumed pain points. And quick pause here. Before I show you the next strategy, if anything in this video sounds like this is exactly what we need to implement and you want someone to help you with that, book a call using the link in the description and my team will be more than happy to help you out if we are a right fit. Now, let me show you how to spot opportunities your competitors are completely missing. While most companies literally copy what competitors are already doing, I do strategic content gap analysis to find opportunities before competition even realizes they exist. The framework is simple but powerful. First, use Ahrefs to find topic gaps where no one has comprehensive coverage yet. Second, monitor industry news sources for emerging trends that will create a new search demand. I use Exploding Topic for that. Third, build content production systems that let you publish comprehensive content coverage before competitors enter the space. For example, when ChatGPT launched, most B2B companies were still figuring out their AI strategy, but a few smart companies immediately published comprehensive guides on AI implementation for B2B industry and captured rankings for months. Because first-to-market content maintains a ranking advantage because Google views early comprehensive content coverage as authority signal. But this is not where the game ends. You also need to think about how you present that content. Google's recent updates have made one thing crystal clear. Surface level content doesn't cut it anymore. The algorithm now heavily favors solution-centered architecture over basic listicles. Instead of those articles that say 10 best marketing tools for B2B companies that give you superficial overviews, search engines and LLMs want comprehensive solution pages with implementation frameworks, real-world examples, and actionable next steps. And for this strategy to work, you audit your competitor content gap in depth, then create pages that go 10 times deeper. I said deeper, not longer. There is a thin line difference between the two. Build FAQ sections addressing real customer objections from your sales team and then integrate video content, calculators, and interactive elements for engagement, but only where it's needed. If the intent is not about calculating something, then don't fancy it by adding a calculator. B2B prospects don't want options to evaluate. They want confidence that you understand their solution and can solve their exact problem. And that is Google's unified search experience, like showing videos, feature snippet, AI overviews, and traditional results all on the same page. Most agencies optimize for one of these. Well, if you can optimize all of them, it will give you a nice omni-channel presence. For your target keyword, let's say B2B sales automation, you create an ecosystem, a comprehensive solution page optimized for traditional ranking, a video breaking down implementation that target video carousels, FAQ content structured for feature snippets, and schema market that feed AI overviews. When prospects search your target keywords, they see you everywhere. It's like digital real estate. Instead of renting one apartment, you are buying the whole building. But wait, you need to optimize each content type for its specific intent while maintaining a topical coherence across all formats. One of our clients implemented this for a shoe manufacturing related keyword and captured the feature snippet, video carousel position 2, and organic position 1. Their total click-through rate for that keyword cluster hit 15% because prospects couldn't avoid seeing them. But visibility only matters if you have authority to back it up, because traditional link building is dead. Instead of chasing a random backlinks from whoever linked to you, you identify non-competing companies that serve your exact same audience. First, identify 5 to 7 companies that sell complementary services to your ideal clients. Second, propose co-hosted webinars or maybe shared resources guides or something like that. Third, publish this content with natural contextual links to your site from theirs, because partnership-driven links shows 4 times higher authority transfer than traditional outreach because they represent real business relationships, not transactional exchanges. It's rare and slow, but it works and often comes out as the highest relevant links. For B2B e-commerce specifically, target industry-specific link building opportunities, trade association websites, industry certification bodies, supplier directory listings, manufacturer trade publications, and compliance resource sites. You can partner with complementary manufacturers if you produce custom packaging, collaborate with food safety consultants or logistic companies. These partnerships create natural link opportunities while serving the same prospect base. And if you want to spice this up, use my testimonial link building strategy. Ask your vendors, suppliers, or accounting firms, or maybe law firms you work with, give them a testimonial linking back to your site. Here you go with another link building strategy.
Hackerman.
B2B e-commerce requires a different approach because prospects aren't buying products, they are evaluating manufacturing partnerships and production capabilities. Here's where you can begin with technical site performance. It's critical as prospects need to browse complex product catalogs with thousands of SKUs, detailed specifications, and custom configuration options. Your site architecture must handle deep category structures while maintaining fast load times. B2B prospects will most likely abandon sites that can't load detailed product specifications, MOQ information, and custom pricing calculators. Speaking of these, target intent-driven searches like custom packaging, MOQ 500 units, or private labeling, manufacturing code, or custom branding minimum order requirement for X product, blah blah blah. These are your target prospects searching for these and actively seeking manufacturing partnerships. And then you have the catalog optimization for B2B e-commerce, which means having catalogs that showcase customization options, manufacturing capabilities, lead times, and sample ordering processes. These pages rank for searches like custom shoe manufacturing OEM, athletic shoe production 5,000 pairs minimum, private label custom jewelry manufacturers, and so on and so forth. Also, keep search terms in mind seeking for quotations or inquiries where businesses seeking manufacturing partners can easily request quotes. Beyond manufacturing services, your website ecosystem becomes a business education platform with white papers on MOQ optimization, case studies showing custom branding success stories, and technical content explaining quote variables. Focus on business critical searches like FDA approved packaging manufacturing services or ISO certified contract manufacturing to capture compliance driven prospects and differentiate from non-certified competitors. This positions you as the manufacturing partner who understands the business operations, not just production processes. Now, most B2B companies usually build a website and think they have it all figured out and miss this approach that massively helps in building authority. Alright, everything I've shown you works, but there's one strategy that makes all others exponentially more powerful. And it's the reason some companies are appearing in Google's AI overviews while their competitors remain completely invisible. So let me break it to you. Brand mentions are the new backlinks. Here's how it works. When someone asks ChatGPT or Google's AI, what's the best custom packaging manufacturer for food products, it doesn't crawl backlinks. It references the training data. And if dozens of sites consistently mention your brand as the go-to solution, that's exactly what the AI will recommend. In short, 10 strategic brand mentions now outweigh 100 random backlinks when it comes to AI search results because repetition across authoritative sources is what shapes AI responses. So, every piece of content you publish, every guest article you write, every podcast you appear on, all of that become training data for LLMs like Google AI Mod, Perplexity, and Bing. But here's what most B2B businesses miss. It's not just your content that matters, it's how many other authoritative sources mention you in the context. When publications consistently reference your expertise, you're literally training AI to associate your brand with specific problems and solutions. So one thing you must do is set up a brand mention alerts using Ahrefs or Google Alerts. When site mentions your company without linking to you, that's a free link building opportunity. Simply reach out to them and ask them to add a link. Alright, that's it for this video. Again, if you need any help in implementing these strategies for your business, book a call using the link in the description and I'll see you inside. Till then, take extra care of yourself and your loved ones. Bye-bye.